Hey everyone, my name is John Taverner and I'm one of the community managers for Company of Heroes, and we are here today for the CoH-Development Invitational. This is going to be a friendly Company of Heroes 2 competition, matching some of your favorite content creators with our very own dev team working on CoH-3. So very simply, it's going to be a 2v2, one player matched with one developer, single elimination, and winner takes all. This is of course in celebration of the 15th anniversary of Company of Heroes as a franchise. The original Company of Heroes was released by Relic in September of 2006, and 15 years later, our community is really stronger than it's ever been, and that's all thanks to your continued support and the love and passion that you have for the games that we make here. We're so excited to be working on Company of Heroes 3, and with your involvement in the co-development program, we really hope to make the best Company of Heroes game ever. And what you can do is you can head to Steam right now and wishlist CoH-3. And while you're there, be sure to check out the Company of Heroes franchise sale that is starting today, September 23rd, and is going to be running until September 30th with steep discounts on everything CoH-1 and CoH-2. So if you haven't played Company of Heroes yet, now is really the perfect time to jump in. But I hear you at home screaming at me through your phone or through your computer, John, what are even the stakes for today's competition? I'm happy to say that all of our player participants are going to be walking away with some Company of Heroes and Relic swag. And of course, the player that goes on to win is going to get something even more special. They're going to be walking away with a copy of the Company of Heroes board game signed by our very own development team. So that's a pretty cool prize. I'm really glad that we can hand that out. But what about our developer participants? Well, I think if they can win today, they'll be able to carry those bragging rights with them for years to come. But if they lose, they'll probably lament the day that the community stomped them live on the internet. But in all seriousness, folks, please enjoy today's friendly matches and be sure to come back for our next developer live stream. But for now, I'm just going to pass things over to our fantastic casting team today, our dynamic duo of AE and Stormless. Take it away.
Hello there and welcome to the coh-dev Invitational. I'm AE, I'm here today with Stormless. Hi Dan.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Pleasure to be with you again, AE.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, it's all the fans, it's all the players that are about to commit themselves to deadly battle. And they're doing a little bit of weight lifting today, Dan. They're going to see how much weight they can carry. It's resistance fighting, I love it.
Yeah, I think weightlifting is a term for when you intend to lift something. This is a burden.
This is like Yoda on the back. He's just hitting them with a stick. Come on, carry me, carry me.
We're only allowed a small amount of ribbing here, but of course we're going to be seeing players from the community go up against developers, and this is cool. This is a real test because the developers and have been playing the game a lot more, and they've been getting better over the years as well. So we kind of have these events where we get to just see how good they are. How good are the people that are making all the games, the RTS games that we love?
Dan, are you suggesting that we're all out to judge their every move?
Yes.
Yes, I think that's what we'll be doing. We'll be judging them fiercely. We'll also be judging the players, their ability to play a 2v2 with somebody that they're unaccustomed to playing with. It's going to be exciting. They've been thrown in at the deep end, and their life belt is a Relic developer. So that's pretty exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, Company of Heroes is loading in what is a fantastic turn of events, Stormless. What do your eyes see before you?
I see Elst Outskirts, and I see HelpingHans playing as the Brits, Will RE playing as USF. They're going to be up against Jason playing as OKW and Elpern playing as Austere.
Wow. Now that certainly is a game of Company of Heroes. Let's get it all loaded up and ready, and hopefully you guys are now prepared, and you have a beverage of choice. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, although if it was me, it most likely would be. I've joined the game. Stormless has joined the game. Can you see visual, Stormless?
I can. I'm loaded in.
Oh, this is exciting. Oh, as we see this visual of the game you're going to be watching It's Helping Hands versus Elpern, everybody. Let's get it on. As we see from the south, playing as the notorious British faction with his teammate. Is that bacon I smell cooking? It's certainly monolithic. It's Will R.E. Stormless, who are you following in the north?
In the north, I'm following a very confident 1v1 player, Elpern, who's already locked in encirclement doctrine, and he is today with his burden, Jason from Relic Entertainment. And Jason, let's be honest, is a good player.
Yes. Now, John, the community manager at Relic, was very, very particular in his wording of today's event. He did not say incredible company of heroes, spectacular, competitive ordeal. No, no, no. He said the word fun. Today is about having fun, and that is a good way of explaining Elpern has the player formerly known as Tarnation, who was very good at the game, in fairness to him, Stormless, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was very good. Now, you and I have both played with Monolithic Bacon. Now, we like Monolithic Bacon. He's a great guy. He made some very interesting Company of Heroes maps, like Khan and others.
Well, don't forget, one of the maps he's most famously known for is Schilberg Outskirts. It's a map that actually wasn't in today's map pool because it would just put the others to shame. That was co-created with someone, actually, wasn't it? Remember who?
Legendary community manager Andy in chat reminds us he made this map. This is the best 2v2 map I've ever seen. So that's pretty good. So Will does have a home field advantage, having made the battlefield we find ourselves on. Now then, Jason pushes into the centre with Folks Grenadiers. We've got Elpern going sniper first, clearly. Well, second, third. Going sniper reasonably soon after the game starts, rather.
Yep, always good to get a sniper out early before you've got light vehicles on the field and try and get that kill count up to make it pay for itself quickly.
We're going many, many infantry sections from Helping Hands, clearly going for a fan-pleasing build order here. He just wants to have fun.
I don't know. When we talk about having fun, I'm looking at Hans's commanders. We've got Royal Engineer Regiment.
Yep.
With the AVRE, something that was buffed recently and is incredibly strong at the moment. We've got Mobile Assault Regiment, Land Mattresses. That's also not fun in my opinion. And then Special Weapons Regiment.
How dare you!
Vanguard Operation Crocodile. Also,
he is not trying hard. He's having fun. These are fun commanders. AVRE is basically another way of spelling the word fun. I'm sure of it. Probably in some language out there, not English, obviously. It means fun.
Well, let me tell you, I mean, actually, no matter how casual an event will be, these players are 1v1 competitors, they are tournament competitors. There is still an element of pride on the line between our community players, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some serious plays being made regardless.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can tell these players to chill out and just put it on a show for the fans, but it's not going to happen. Talking seriously for a second, Helping Hands, one of the Company Heroes' best ever players, won the last Pro-Am tournament with Relic Dev Ben. It's on his Twitch bio, for God's sake. So he takes this stuff seriously. He's out to win today. Your #1 seeded player, Helping Hands.
Hey, this is a very, very worrying start for Will and Helping Hands. They had a serious cutoff from their fuel and resources on the left-hand side of the map, and now you've got the MG42, the sniper, you've got Pioneers there moving forward just to scout out what's ahead, and actually, they're just struggling to get that territory connected in the early games. Very good start from Elpern and Jason.
It's very good, to be fair. Will, meanwhile, with his... he's going for support weapons as USF, not their strongest suit. Meanwhile, Helping Hands' infantry sections have been largely pushed off the map. He's now tried to flank the sniper. Great idea, because that sniper was beginning to hemorrhage manpower for the Brit playing as the Brits.
Yeah, it's a smart play, and I haven't seen any losses so far, so let's not forget, even with a little bit of manpower loss at the start of the game, yes, we'll see some light vehicles maybe coming in quickly from Axis, but it's not a bad situation for allies. If they can get those support weapons up into a good place, it will start to work, and they'll be able to get a bit more map control more and more as they push up the map.
Let's very quickly check out the early game KD, and just... that's this one here. Here we go.
Combat unit ready.
There we go. So the early game KD shows that Elpern, not surprisingly with the sniper, has a hell of an advantage so far.
Outside of the OKW headquarters comes ferocious little gremlin. That's Goliath.
Awesome. There we go. I was wondering what you meant at first, but it is indeed on the field. With a very interesting camouflage as well. The Valkyrie Chronicles or something, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
I'm pretty sure most of Twitch chat wants the camera to be on this Goliath nearly at all times, because we don't want to miss a thing.
I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Everywhere your Goliath moves, etc. We don't want to miss a thing, because this Goliath is going to blow up in the imminent future. Will be able to spot it. Will be able to destroy it. Will explode. We'll all find out very soon.
Will anything happen?
Well, let's hope so now. Goliath's very close to this, Lieutenant.
I'm hoping that he's heard it, because I don't know if anyone's played against the Goliath. The Goliath is very loud and obvious that it's around. It's just kind of where is it within the vicinity. So hopefully he's heard that it is coming. I'm a bit concerned that we have no healing for...
Oh, there's that 50 cal Stormless. Sorry, what 50 cal?
We lost a gun crew.
It's now in smithereens, and also bits and bobs.
Hey, that's actually a really good play, by the way, from Jason, who I think was expecting that to happen, expecting that MG to come out. And,
Meanwhile, we got an LMG sniper and stormtrooper situation in the east, meaning one of those infantry sections is now an ex-infantry section. It has ceased to be.
Hans, I think, has Hans lost a unit here?
Yes, that's what I was just referring to.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing that was said. They're very dead, Stormless. They got shot with guns and all sorts. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Map control-wise, it must be said, Will's done an okay-ish job of rescuing back the fuel. And he's also put... HelpingHans has now doubled up on the south-west side with his British compatriot to try and just solidify some territory sectors, it seems.
Capture point. They're trying to take it.
I'm just concerned that Will doesn't have any healing. I think he's not even going for it now. I think he's prioritizing just everything he can, every bit of fuel he can into getting a light vehicle up. That's probably something that Hans has told him. Maybe Hans is going to provide the healing. He's like, just get a vehicle up, play your best. Will can, of course, go for the M5 half-track. He's picked tactical support, so he could call
Stunning
in a vehicle.
play in the west there by Tarnation. And he gets a grenade off! Will with the unsuspecting grenade! Stormtroopers did not see it coming. What a slab of bacon to the face. Amazing. And here comes the Lukes. Oh, nice bazooka round at least, but he did lose a lot of manpower to that engagement. Zane's just loading up puns into our casting repertoire. What in tarnation? That's one we'll definitely pocket and use. And we're not going to credit you, Zany's app in chat. It's not going to happen. Sniper Watch Storm, 6 kills. Above par, below par. What's your assessment?
6 kills at this point. Given how early it came out, I don't think it's as good as it could have been, to be honest. But it's obviously annoying HelpingHans somewhat because he himself has gone for a sniper now. So we can only assume he's going to be going for that delicious counter sniper. Once again, we'll try and keep the camera on it.
I will indeed. Also,
that sniper, by the way, is going to be really important against the Lukes at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, what have they got in way of KD considering we've just... Okay, the Stuart's out. The Stuart's going to have to watch over that sniper like a hawk. Cut off taken. Stuart makes his way onto the field. HelpingHans and Bacon are considering their options. Ooh, interesting. Elpern's gone on hold fire, expecting counter sniper perhaps. Very clever.
Yeah, not 100% sure what that's about.
Stuart goes in. Have they gotten their cut-off back? The mortar's trying desperately to take it, and the LMG Grenadiers have been forced off by HelpingHans' infantry sections. Meanwhile, the fuel has stayed in Bacon's hands, his greasy hands, and he's going for a flank on the MG. I have to say, Will's playing all right, Dan.
Will is a very good player. I mean, actually, I have played against him in 1v1s of all kinds before, and I do think he's a credible player, so I am surprised at a couple of things that are happening in the game, but he's capable, and he's getting these surprise nades off constantly on Jason. Slowly we get to see allies. Oh, Sniper's in a bit of trouble there.
It was. It's a new critical, new to Company Heroes. Every time the sniper fires, it becomes slowed, because firing is hard and tough business.
Hey,
you know.
Keep your eye on these stormtroopers.
Sorry, I've just got the Goliath as well to worry about, so I'll just check the stormtroopers. Yeah, there. Oh my god, that's a nice flank on the sniper. Got multiple things to watch. We've got the Goliath now in position to take out the Stuart, perhaps. He's chasing after him, the little tankiers. Can't swear on a Relic stream. Meanwhile, stormtroopers are now active behind the MG, somehow catching both of this. Back to Goliath, it's still alive. Back to stormtroopers, the MG's down, and they're smoke grenading themselves so the Grenadier can take it. What a great play by Elpern.
Will is about to lose that Stuart.
Oh, and here comes the Goliath! And the Rifleman somehow survived. Does the MG get away? Did the Gren get away? Yes, it did, and now the stormtroopers go after the sniper.
Will is just not hot on the unit preservation at the moment. He's losing the mortar as well.
Oh dear. Stormtroopers are very stormy. Yeah, killer unit. High lethality. Much more accurate than their Star Wars counterparts.
I don't know if Hans is just very tied up right now. I do not know how Will is playing without healing. USF is always a little bit hard anyway with infantry, but their sniper's right next to the stormtroopers. Stormtroopers have seen it. They're gonna get the sniper down.
May happen in the north as well. I'm just seeing that commandos are now moving in. That sniper could die, but yes, indeed, the Scotsman has died with his big 55 cal anti-tank rifle he uses. These stormtroopers have been devilish. Almost like the Devil's Brigade, we might... Oh, no, there's a nice infiltration. Commando grenade taking out the MG42. Yeah, Devil's Brigade in Company Heroes 3, that's exciting. That'll kind of have a similar role to these dudes we're seeing on screen as the elite units go up against each other there. Oh, and another Goliath. The third of the game for Jason. Looked like it got veterancy there because the Focus Grenadiers were right behind it. What would a veteran Goliath do, Dan? Fly, perhaps? Gain sentience. Don't kill me. I want to live.
We may as well talk a little bit about some of the strategies here. HelpingHans has upgraded one of his squads now with pyrotechnics, so that, of course, with the recent patch, is going to allow him a bit more detection range, so he can help spot those stormtroopers that have been causing him so much trouble.
Could see a rare Goliath repair at some point, by the way. He's quite damaged already. He's down to 20% health. That would be interesting.
That would be a chilling experience, wouldn't it? Repairing a...
Now, boys, take this blowtorches and go up to that little mine over there. And I need to repair it back to spiffing.
You'd be kind of in the middle of a repair and just hear the sound of a whistling mortar.
Oh, gosh. Gosh. Not liking the sound of that. Meanwhile, Lieutenant's been found out by the Lukes. In the north, Royal Engineers are trying to push up and take some points. And we have a recommencing of activities in the centre. No, we don't. We nearly did. It was exciting.
Sufus, by the way, is ready to fire. I see Hans with a lot of units down the centre, which may be a target, but actually, given how static Will has been at certain points of this game, he might be the obvious target for this.
Oh, Rifleman very close to a Goliath tracked mine in the centre there. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Stuart's pushing in. We've got Jaegers as a point of contention. Surprised he's not gone for that, you know. Also, we've had... oh, yes, there we go. Commandos versus Grenadiers in the north. Here's that Stuka-Zafus. Where's it going to land, Dan?
Yep, looks like it's dead center. A little bit about hands being there, but it's a little off the mark, actually. And that's really well judged by Hans, by the way. You've always got to give Hans for credit for being such a good player like that.
Juicy target here for the Goliath, and that's one dead. Infantry section. Look at the small pieces of them.
Still no US healing.
Yeah, I've heard being healthy is great if you're going to have a fight. You know, not having all 4 limbs and, you know, more than 50% of your blood is always an added bonus. Sniper capping cheekily by Elpern. It's a very cheeky cap when a sniper does it. Look how cheeky he looks.
I love the usage of this sniper, actually. This is kind of more of a scout sniper now. And it's super useful given some of the indirect fire units like the Stuka-Zafus.
Oh, we're going trucking with Euro Truck Simulator 1945 here. The Schwerpanzer Schlepper on its way, Stormless. This is always exciting. Why are you laughing? I love logistics. It's 9/10 of warfare.
There is a simulator for everything these days. I actually saw someone online playing, what was it, like a petrol pump simulator.
No way.
I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious.
That must be a VR game, surely.
Petrol station simulator, and I just thought, you know what? It's not out of the question.
I tell you what, though, the lawnmower simulator, that is genuinely a thing. Actually, looks quite soothing. I would not buy it, but I'd certainly play it if given the opportunity. So, Riflemen doing their best to keep a victory point here. We've got an engagement in the centre as the rear echelon's trying their darndest. Meanwhile, in the north, HelpingHans is playing out of his skin, quite frankly. He's really trying to keep this alive for as long as he can do. And he's doing a good job of it. How's Bacon doing, Dan?
Will's actually not doing too bad. He's got a Stuart out at the moment. That's just harassing infantry. It's been keeping the Lukes at bay. We've got a Stuka-Zafus shot A, I think, down the centre.
Again, he doesn't like trees, does he?
No, and that wasn't well targeted either. But yeah, just to answer about Will, Will's actually doing a fine job. He's just kiting with this Stuart constantly, harassing the infantry. He's still got that VP there, just holding them above the 100 VP line. Absolutely essential right now. But Panther for Elpern, I think, is going to sing the sweet death of this Cromwell.
Indeed, it's on the hunt. 54 tons of high precision. Kruppstahl is... What have you heard? Goliath's gone really far forward as well. That famous Goliath-Panther combo. The Riflemen have not seen it coming. He's gone past everything. There's the Rifleman death. They exploded. And meanwhile, the Cromwell's doing the opposite of what you'd want a Cromwell to be doing. He's driving around the pizza base like a huge roundabout.
But what you missed was the amazing block with the land mattress to stop the Panther chasing the Cromwell. That was absolutely fantastic.
May have been on screen, it's just that my eyes couldn't understand what I was watching. It was that magnificent.
I know I'm a couple of seconds behind you, so it's, I don't know if it maybe happened just before you managed to see it.
Very good engagements regardless. Panther gets out scot-free. Goliath's claimed yet another kill. That's 4 squad wipes for 4 explosions now, nearly. Well, 3.9 squad wipes if I count correctly.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Let's have a cheeky look at the stats, shall we? And just see what we're seeing there. It's a very negative KD for our 2 allied compadres. And on the graph screen with Army Village, you can see it's pretty competitive, to be fair.
It is, but not in terms of VPs. Not at all. In fact, the last thing you really want in any game mode is to give Axis that VP lead, because as the game goes on, Axis only gets stronger.
Certainly do. These stout Welchmen doing their best to keep control there, but the Foch Grenadiers reigning victorious Elpern snipers climb to 26 kills. Infiltration Mandos, they're doing a great job in there. We have a third. Oh no, this is a land mattress. And it's not just blocking tanks, it's now dismembering men as well. And trees.
A lot of shots being taken by the trees, yeah, and a lot of these shells not particularly hitting their target. The sniper's actually going into the land mattress, which do not recommend.
No. Well, Treebeard would not have been happy with that. Probably see an Ent moves very shortly.
I think one of the potential saving graces that allies have right here is that Axis have invested a lot in things like the Stuka, the Lukes. That's stopping them from maybe having heavy vehicles on the field right now. So there is a little bit of time for Hans perhaps to get on top of this. Great, by the way, smoke from the Cromwell onto the VP, so Will can go in there and cap. I can just imagine what their voice comms sound like right now.
I'm smoking the VP! Cap, cap, cap! Okay.
It'll be all hands. And he'll be barking orders out right now. But let's give it to Hans. He is actually playing incredibly well right now.
He is. He's done his darndest. The infantry sections go forward, as do the rear echelons. The Lukes gets its... That's 14 infantry kills and 1 vehicle destroy, so a pretty good day to be a Lukes.
Hans
Brawl
is
there.
pushing for this AT gun if he can get himself a Pack 40. That would be really helpful. Panther should be able to push that off.
Almost coming in there. Rakettenwerfer's waiting. There's that P-47 strafing run, just trying to keep the victory points for a moment longer. The Allied boys are fighting for their dear lives right now as the Panther goes on a crushing mission. And the infantry sections become roadside kill.
I've got to tell you, this is getting pretty exciting, actually. We're at a really crucial point of the game right now where actually the VPs are starting to go down almost to the 50 VPs left mark for allies. And I'm just watching a furious Hans micro out of his skin. Will now does have a pretty sufficient army. He's got 2 AT guns, which may struggle to penetrate the Panther, but nevertheless, that Lukes is now completely removed from play by them.
Land mattress carpeted with a blanket of smoke. Feels like we're in a furniture shop, but kept it alive regardless. Panzerwerfer now out for Elpern, just joining the party. And commandos are now being tread under tread. Trodden under tread, that's the phrase. Thank you, Stormless. It made sense in my brain, but upon becoming oxygen, it was not very good.
Oh, there's commandos spawn out of a building trying to get that sniper. I don't think they opened up fire quick enough. It was a great attempt.
Stormtroopers on their bellies as they've been grenading the MG out of position. Meanwhile, there's those infiltration commandos Stormless was referring to. They're being punished for being alive. And
Oh no.
they're gonna die, aren't they? No, the Lukes is on the move. It gets an on-the-move kill there. Commandos, how we hardly knew ye. Tell you what, Monolithic Bacon's capping with a major down south. He's using Hans's Cromwell to be supported by him.
I'm actually surprised Will is going for a Sherman, and I really, really thought he would be going for the Calliope, actually. Here's the
Now.
land mattress.
Yeah, putting some of these units to sleep for certain.
Panzerwerfer's going to fire any second, though, AE. And I can be sure that Elpern's got a great target. Great hits, by the way, from the land mattress.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one. Panzerwerfer, of course, should be lining up very shortly. There it is, turning about face. We do have a close the pocket available at some point, so that could be exciting. Keep an eye on that if we see any units capping on the back lines. Exciting game. Look at this Major, keeping the allies in the game, uncontested. Focus Grenadiers come to issue him his marching orders. vital engagement here, really.
Unit ready.
Who would have thought we would start seeing the Axis VPs ticking down? But this time it looked like a really confident Axis win. But they really are pulling it back. By the way, commandos with Piets actually threatening the Panther.
And a grenade on retreat. Nice, but unfortunately just a little bit mistimed by Hans there. Meanwhile, Grenadiers go forward. Panther also. Our Axis want to finish this off now. Do Elpern and Jason. They've had enough. They've been playing with their food, masticating, just enjoying the flavour, and now they want to swallow the hors d'oeuvre and move on to the final. Let's see if they can do it.
Gosh, I tell you, Will has been very, very fortunate with his support weapons against indirect fire. His machine guns have been saved, his AT guns have been saved, but what they can't be saved from is the lack of general's orders they are receiving. Basically just sitting like a goose.
That Sherman's very lucky to survive there, very lucky indeed. And we have our, is this our fourth, no, fifth Goliath of the game, I believe. It's been a very Goliath-y game. I think Goliath's been the MVP unit. Landmatch taking out that veteran pack. And the Lukes doesn't mind though, he goes forward trying to stop the infantry section, but they do have a Piat, don't forget.
Oh, here comes the...
It did nothing!
What do you mean?
Light vehicle destroyed.
Do you mean to break the supply line? Is that what you're speaking of?
Maybe. Oh, the Goliath's been hit. This one did not find its mark.
Sniped by an AT gun, I think.
Maybe, indeed.
I'm pretty sure the break supply line there, we were hoping that it was going to be some kind of massively orchestrated close the pocket, but the resources have been used. I think that was just to separate them from their fuel.
Indeed. Will loses yet another unit there. He's basically support weapons and major at the moment. Yes, he does also have this Sherman. No, it's looking bleak, Dan. 48 victory points remain. We've also got HelpingHans trying to break out of the castle here, trying to march north.
Trying to take a point from us.
Panther reverses back into friendly lines.
Oh, they want that Panzerwerfer with the Piets. Can you get it?
No. Panther crushes them and pushes them back. Cromwell goes in. Meanwhile, Will's going in here. He's got the Sherman going for all kinds of stuff. Kettenwerfer backpedals, though, could get a shot off on retreat. No, he's caused enough disruption to get a vital cap and keep the Allies in the game. What a heroic action there.
Yeah, that was a brilliant play, and Elpern's trying to move the Panther over to get some final shots off. He may be able to do it because Will has just stopped in the middle of the map. Elpern's all over it.
He was admiring his handiwork having made this map, and unfortunately the Panther doesn't care. That's one dead Sherman.
Will strikes me as the player who is just so amazed and impressed that he managed to pull that off, that he let go of the controls for a second.
How did I do that? I need to write this down. Meanwhile, we've seen an amazing choice of unit by Jason. He's built the Uber-Kubel. This is a late-war Kubelwagen variant with thick sloped armor and a huge cannon. Uber-Kubel is a rarity, but always a delight to see on the battlefield.
So careful, the Panther stalking his prey left and right on the map.
Will the Predator become the prey, though? The Panther could be coming into a trap here. There's an AT gun waiting. Cromwell reverses away. Nice rear armor shot there. Can't do the follow-up. Neil has checked the center as units are dying. Pioneers are capping. This could be the end. Will simply has to beat these Jaegers.
He's going to try and make the play with double Cromwell, try to take that Panther down. The Brumbear's coming in, actually, to try and help sort this out. I don't know what help that's going to be at the moment.
Let's Briefly look away. We'll wait for the Panther to die. One more shot should do it. And then we're going to go down to see if Will's done well on this victory point. Where's that killing blow, though, Stormless? It's just not happening.
Oh, that's so many misses in a row. That's devastating. And the Cromwell's going down. If he loses the second one, there's armor skirts on the Panther now. Veteran C2. What is going on? Penetrate!
No, he's out of control! The Panther is victorious, of course. Will has capped the southern victory point, but unfortunately for Hans, he was not able to take out the Panther. He's done well keeping this victory point, though, at least. So victory point-wise, they're safe. Tanks, they're going to reform very soon, and Helping Hands is left without an armada.
Wow. As soon as Veteran C2 popped, nothing could penetrate. That's amazing. I mean, I have to go to, like, allies have had no fuel in this game for a very long time. To see Hans with 2 Cromwells, I'm sure he probably wanted to go on something like a Comet, but hasn't been able to.
Have you ever seen the Truman Show, Dan?
No.
No, anyway, oh, damn it. The reference is going to fail miserably. Anyway, you've got Relic. Basically, they actually orchestrate and they design every RNG event. So you had a Relic director there saying, hit him with a miss. Yeah, that's great. Okay, now a bounce. Give him a bounce. Great. Okay, I'm thinking, another miss. Here's a Goliath. This won't miss. But yes, indeed, the script for that was very repetitive. But very unfortunate for Mr. Helping Hands. Goliath goes down. 5th and 6th Goliaths have not been successful. Uber Kubel versus AT gun here. It's been shot by multiple angles, so great work by Helping Hands to find angles on the big Kubel there.
One of our anti-tank guns is
Well,
gone.
this is really a battle to the last. And nobody here is giving up 17 VPs. And I'm just looking like, how are the allies holding on to this? Will has somehow got control of VPs on the left.
Oh, and we've just had Infiltration Commandos brutally capped the centre with 1 man remaining. Very vital engagement here. Vet 4 Folks Grenadiers are forced away by Will, keeping them in the game on sweet 17 victory points.
Let's give a shout out, by the way, to Elpern Stormtroopers, which have just been incredibly played throughout the whole of this game. Constantly sowing chaos behind enemy lines.
Oh no.
Great flanks.
Oh no. Direct hit, I heard it, I saw it as well. It was indeed very direct. And Helping Hands has not got much left. Oh, here comes another
I'm afraid, quite dead.
break supply line. Do you know why I got so excited earlier? Because my brain thought it's a Stuka strike, right? You rarely see this commander played in 2v2 competitive. So my casting sensors were like, right, this is... Oh, we've got it, by the way. We've got the big thing. The explodey thing. It is indeed. Close the pocket. The Calliope's in danger. Somebody help the Calliope out of the zone, please.
Yeah. Will's kind of noticed it.
No, he hasn't. Has he? He's on the edge still.
Oh, he's still in the territory.
He's still on the edge. Get out now, Will! You weren't over the line. You weren't over the line, Will. Oh, Will, what have you done, my friend? Come on. You were so close to safety. You had to move a meter.
10 points.
I can just imagine. Voice comes, damn it, Will!
No, Hans is now ordering Will to Calliope. I'm sorry, mine Hans. Our Calliope was not over the line.
I think we needed VAR to check that one out.
Indeed we did. What a great game that was. We certainly had a lot of fun. Let's check the player stats now and go over to our stat screen as we can see the story of the game. You've got Jason and Elpern looking like gas prices, and Helping and Will looking very much like 1929 on Wall Street.
Very good current humour, I like that.
Thank you. Only 80 years out of date for the Wall Street reference. Meanwhile, on KD screen, you can see that damage dealt was well distributed between all players. They had a great game. Everyone tried the hardest and, most importantly, had fun. Big shout out to Will for some clutch capping in the south. He got 26 caps. Elpern was clearly MVP, though, with 30k damage. Very nice, very nice. Stormless, let's go on a quick 5-minute break, shall we? And we'll recommence very shortly with our next game.
Let's do it.
to anybody alt-tabbed. Anybody without their direct attention on the stream right now, you have 10 seconds before battle recommences. Counting down in Twitch chat from 10 to 0. Upon 0, the battle will recommence. And we are live, and you're looking at Darren. Darren's from Relic. He's teamed up with Sturmpanther, otherwise known as the unholy Panther. Stormless, my venerable casting colleague, who do you see in the north?
In the north, up north. Sorry, a bit of accent came out there. In the north, we have, playing as US, it is the Angry Dutchman. And his relic and burden for today is going to be Matt, also known as Eagleheart.
Yes, the mighty veteran relic designer of Company Heroes 1 and 2 fame. He's been there for a very long time. Some people say he lost his car keys in 2006 and he's still not found a way home. But either we do thank him very much for his time at Relic. He's been part of many great projects. Meanwhile, Dutchman is his ally. He's also known as the Angry Dutchman because he can get angry. He's a very competitive fellow, but he can have a lot of fun. And that's, what I see as fun is rear echelon squads with rifle grenades. That's always fun, Stormless.
I have never once seen the Angry Dutchman angry. And personally, as a fan, I feel lied to.
Well, we'll try and take him back and get your money back if we can.
By the way, if you check out how great he is in the north there on the munitions, running out of the point to build his wire.
We'd never do that when we were playing Company Heroes. Anyway, we've got Sturmpanther down here. He's a very competitive fellow himself. He's otherwise known as the longest reigning 4v4 #1 player, which is like being the tallest man in Stoke-on-Trent, or the best Stormless in England. Either way, he's marching forth with MP40s, rear echelons. They're getting forced away shortly. Let's check out the west as Darren, gameplay designer Darren. So he's designing Company Heroes 3 for us. Thanks, Daz. He's versus, we've got Eagleheart. So it's Relic devs on the west side and Company Heroes community members in the east.
I really like this. This reminds me of some FPS games, where it's like you have your own PvP battle and then you've got like AI scripted in to fight around you. And so we're going to have like the community players, the 1v1 players play, and then we've got this nice kind of tit-for-tat engagements going on between the Relicans in the west. It's going to be pretty interesting. And by the way, Darren is going for a pretty nice OKW build here. He's gone straight in with Breakthrough Doctrine, late game Jagdtiger, but of course Panzer Fusiliers. If you can get those Panzer Fusiliers upgraded early, you're going to have a very, very competent fighting force to deal with what is currently Maxims and 1 Conscript.
Indeed, yes. We just had frontal echelons capping in enemy territory, very unlike their actual name. And we're having a very nice game so far with lots of fun little skirmishes dotted around. And what is this? We've got Maximum Maxims from Eagleheart. He's doubling up on the staunch Russians, 12 of them with 2 very ancient machine guns.
Wow, and he actually gets what I think is the first wipe of the game with the Panzer Fusilier squad taken down by the Maxims. That's a great early game pickup. I see a couple of people, by the way, saying, wow, like rear echelon spam, what is this? Well, of course, Angry Dutchman has gone for Urban Assault Company. He has the Urban Assault kits for these rifle grenades, and as you can see, they even fire them out from the buildings. So, actually, this is really cool. He gets himself some nice building control on the map, and then pop!
Forces Sturmpanther off the field, indeed, turning that shed into a very immobile kind of assault gun. IKEA version. Rear echelon rifle grenades just keeping the Stern Pioneers. I think they've lost a model out of the picture. And it has to be said, the Axis players, Matt and Dutchman, have had a fantastic start to this game.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Oh, wipe there! We got a nice wipe from a very advanced machine gun by Sturmpanther. Good play by the German, playing as is the Germans.
I'll tell you, because Sturmpanther's primarily kind of like a 4v4 player, one of the arguably best 4v4 teams in the game. And when you come up against 4v4 players in your 1v1s and your 2v2s, like they're very, very good at flanking, very, very good at spreading wide on the map. And it's a totally different game than playing against 1v1 players. So Angry Dutchman gonna have to be careful, actually, of Sturmpanther. It's not gonna be in any way a stomp.
Darren's going to have to be careful of Sturmpanther, because Sturmpanther's going to try and ban him, or at least say, because he's just lost yet another squad to Maxims there. That's really unfortunate, let's say, from Darren. Come on, Darren. Do you know what's happened? Somebody's removed the retreat key from his keyboard at Relic as a prank. They've taken that key off.
That would be brilliant. Do you think the Relic staff play those kind of tricks on each other? Just go and encode their keyboards, bindings or something?
I think that's an acceptable level of workplace pranking.
Losing territory.
Definitely.
I agree. I've been surprised, by the way, in the games that we've cast so far, actually. Healing just hasn't been a priority for a lot of players. Sturmpanther's actually going to be relying on healing from Darren, and all of the early game munitions are going into upgrading the Grenadiers with their MG42s, and also using rifle grenades. Oh no, sorry, that's not rifle grenades. That is, of course, the urban assault kits.
It is indeed. Makes the same noise though, so it's an easy mistake to make, definitely. Just like I mistook, I thought there was a random Stuka dive bomb in that previous game. We did.
No, I tell you, I know we're not allowed to say too much about like CoH-3 and stuff, but there's a really interesting post on audio where, actually talking about some of the voice lines and things like that, and I've also left some feedback. I hope everyone else agrees that actually the game needs to have unique
Yes, oh my gosh,
profiles
please.
For things like this.
My least favourite is sniper noises being repeated. I believe that the Brits do that quite a lot. The boys anti-tank rifle is the exact same sniper noise, but we're not here to give our CoH-3 design ideas, although I do hope Relic are listening.
Well, and they're going to have to, because actually they're feeling it right now. In fact, every single time one of those goes off, I should think that Matt himself is actually worried that he's getting a rifle made from Sturmpanther, and actually it's just his teammate.
Very confusing. Pioneers being forced away there, and just about surviving, just about being the operative word. It's definitely combat engineer, not Pioneer, as this 2-2-2 goes forward. They could get rifle naded though, and there it is. Damaging the engine. The Sturmpanther's holding on nicely to this fuel and victory point in the east there. Well played.
That scout car is in a world of trouble though, because there is a half track coming in from Angry Dutchman.
Reversing very quickly down this road. Oh, it's on a hold fire. He's saving every round for this ill-fated, very ill-fated scout car. And it's soon dead. Oh, nice use. Oh, that's the rifleman. I thought it was a smoke grenade, perhaps. And it's very dead. The thing is about the rear echelon rifle storms, they are confusing because they're constantly firing, aren't they? It's just
left
constant.
VP, left VP. Oh, okay, he's there. He's been sat there for ages on the edge of the VP.
Oh, he's now in it.
Come on, Darren.
Stormless, I think you just controlled Darren for a second there, because as soon as you said left VP, he went into the circle. T-70 on a mad maraud, killing that poor MG-34. And now it's the ISG's turn to suffer.
What have we learned about Relic players so far from Game 1 and the start of Game 2? Would you say?
They are different people, and they may have different understandings of when or when not to retreat.
As is demonstrated by Darren's late retreat through the shock troops there.
But who are we to say that anything Darren may or may not be doing in this game is right or wrong? Is that really right or wrong? I mean, it's a moral question, a philosophical question, and I I don't think I think we're arrogant to assume that Darren is playing this game incorrectly.
Well, Darren clearly has a knowledge of builds, and I know that he's going for something that is going to be very effective late game. But actually, it's a little bit static at the moment. And let's be honest, he doesn't have too much to control right now.
No, he doesn't. I have to say, I've actually played against Matt quite a lot, and he's a solid, you know, kind of casual mid-level player, you know, Matt Eagle. I think they'll be a good test for, if they win. I'm not assuming anything, obviously, but they do kind of have nearly all of the map right now, so it is highly possible.
We're back to full strength. Krauts are taking one of our points.
Got that TT over here, just doing unicorn run, just surveying things as the T-70 makes a nuisance of itself, as T-70s often do.
Sorry, I was just looking for Darren's answer to the question that you asked him earlier.
What's that?
Darren, what are you famous for? He said, I'm fameless. Oh, sorry, what are you famous for? He said, I'm fameless. I'm just a regular guy trying not to disappoint Sturmpanther Senpai.
Well, it's good for him that Sturmpanther is a benevolent god, and I'm sure he's not been disappointed. He's just happy that Darren's tried his best. And that's what we're here to do today, Stormless, don't forget. We're here to have fun. And we're here to enjoy Company of Heroes in all its splendour, celebrating 15 years of this colossal titan of the RTS genre.
15 glorious years. And really, it's only been, I would say... Oh, I think probably this game has been more and more competitive over the last 5 years. I think we're actually really at a stage now where it looks very, very good as a competitive RTS.
Yes, I concur. When I look at this 18-man rear echelon blob, I just think, good game. As they maraud and destroy this grenadier over the shed there. Of course, this is not a strategy that is usually viable. The players have been told, you know, to have fun out there and enjoy yourselves. So we can
it's not true. This is a great strategy, and not the first time I've seen this strategy, at least.
I've used it myself.
It's a diverse game.
2v2, more an auto match 2v2. It's not something you'd usually see, perhaps, in a tournament level game, let's say. It is enjoyable, though. It's always good to USF to have a few tricks up their sleeves that they're not usually accustomed to. They can be seen as quite a linear faction at times, so the commanders can really break them wide open. Oh, what a rifle made there. Rangers forced away, Sturmpanther doing his darndest. Let's check out the stats. As we see the KDs are quite safe, to be fair. I mean, Darren's actually killed quite a lot more than you give him credit for, and Sturmpanther's got a fantastic damage output, done really well for himself, and a lot of captures there too.
Sturmpanther is really just trying to muscle his way onto the right-hand side, but gotta be very, very careful, because you can see here Matt is just pushing Darren back to his base.
Now, one thing
soon we're gonna have. Remember, Angry Dutchman is playing Urban Assault, which has Calliope in the late game, and that's gonna cause havoc if they're just trapped inside base territory.
M5 with shock troops and conscripts pushing in, but they do eat a flak shot. They're gonna be lucky to escape there. Meanwhile, the T-70 goes in. There we go. T-70 down. Darren's taken out the T-70, by Jove!
That's actually really important. There's a lot of wipes here. The engineers with the flamethrower upgrade also go down.
Major goes forward from Dutchman as well. He himself could die now.
Crowds show 300 points on their line. Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Major artillery. Where was that? Oh, that's on the LEIG, actually. And the Tier 4 building.
Yep. Nice spot there. Sturmpanther under pressure. Meanwhile, pushing out now with the help of this, the ISG's safely there. And a half-track forces away the Foch Grenadiers. But the unfortunate news is Sturmpanther's assault on the east has been pushed back for the time being.
Sturmpanther's entire army is like a train making its way to a station on the right side fuel.
And unfortunately, it's being derailed at the moment by a double teaming action of Matt and Dutchman. Just keeping him out of dodge.
75mm gun carrier ready.
Actually, what I think would be really, really good right now is for Sturmpanther just hit the left side of the map. This is why things like recon are important. So you can see where to go in the game, where to run, what's available for quick capping.
Right.
Sturmpanther hasn't picked a commander yet, so...
Talking of trains, here's a Scott train. It's the Howitzer's motor carriages, rather. As they amble onto the screen, they are going to do a lot of damage, Stormless. Oh dear.
Makes it very, very difficult for the Grenadiers to actually progress at all here. And it's also really awkward positioning for the Pak-48T gun.
Yeah. Basically firing from within the castle walls. They should try and climb the turrets perhaps and shoot from the ramparts, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, I just saw Darren force retreat the US machine gun, get that 50 cal away in the center, but he was unfortunately had to retreat himself because of the shock troops. A smart play from Darren. As I say that, his Raketen does go down in the east. Essential right now to keep that Raketen alive.
Bundle nade over the castle walls perhaps. Let's have a check. There it goes. Well played by Sturmpanther. Does he get a wipe? Yes, he does. Well played there. Meanwhile, in the west, shock troops await, but we do have a nice blob coming from Darren, trying to force them out of there. Go on, Dazza, get in there. Oh no. These Scots are doing all kinds of work, unfortunately. For Sturmpanther. Let's just have a cinematic overview of the entire war zone and just enjoy the beauty that is one of the most stunning PC games ever made. Certainly strategy games. Nothing comes close, quite frankly.
No question about it. There is no better looking RTS game available, as far as I'm concerned.
No, and this came out in 2013, for God's sake. No wonder it brought PCs to their knees that time period.
Relic were ahead of their time in every aspect. And nobody had the technology to play this game when it came out. But as we've all caught up with our NVIDIA graphics cards and all sorts, we're finally able to appreciate it in all its beauty. KV-1's on the field, by the way, from Matt.
It is, yeah, and so is the Ostwind, crushing trees and marching forward.
I think Ostwind was a really good choice, actually, from Sturmpanther. Although it's not going to be great against the KV-1, it is going to sweep up everything that's on the right-hand side. The Scots.
Go on, Ostwind! Be a wind from the east, destroying all of it in front of you. Oh, he's also, by the way, gotten off an excellent use of Stuka anti-tank strafe. Unfortunately, there's no tanks there anymore, but he's still strafing things.
This is such a lovely play from Sturmpanther. I actually really, really like this. The KV-1 is having to overcommit, by the way, in the base. Takes down tier 4 for Darren whilst all of this is going on.
Yeah, well played indeed. Will this Uber Ostwind now go in? Possibly for the M5, or is it overstayed its welcome? They've got rear echelons to turn their target on now. The MG is pushed onto the fuel, and we've had a victory point cap from Sturmpanther. Well played by the German. Oh no, here comes the KV-1.
Slow turret rotation means that Matt's got to try and reverse his way to deal with that, but no, he's going to miss that last shot. Darren's making a last-minute 100 VP dash for the West VP.
No time for retreats now, of course. Officer dying where he stands. His last action was to attempt to cap the victory. Nice last effort from the pack before ultimate destruction. Getting a shot off on the motor carriage as the next Faust awaits, but he's ran out of munitions, having used the anti-tank strafe recently.
This is a huge pushback from Sturmpanther, by the way. I really like this. He's got a lot to deal with. There is a lot of kind of the urban assault packages from the rear echelons just kind of like spraying these explosive rounds everywhere, and still Sturmpanther's managing to dodge them. He gets off. Yes, he manages to get the Rangers down too.
Nice work there by Sturmpanther pushing back. I have to say, I would be very keen to see a Sturmpanther versus Angry Dutchman 1 versus 1. He's actually impressed me quite a lot as Sturmpanther in this game. You know, Dan and I have always known him as the admin guy that's always bugging us around tournament times with a lot of information, but he is a damn good player by the looks of things.
I fully agree. I really hope Darren gets this Obersoldaten squad back to base. It's lying in the center of the map currently.
Ah, yes, indeed. Let's all eyes on this. Will he survive? Come on, you can do it. No! Oh God, the humanity.
Heavy machine gun group are ready for action.
No.
Now they've got a few more resources. Actually, we may be able to see the Jagdtiger come out if he can just hold on a little while longer. We do have some Rakettens out in the field now, mainly Sturmpanther's packing the anti-tank weaponry. This is a huge Calliope barrage right on top of the MG34.
Sorry, what MG34? Can't see
MG42 in the
It's
center.
very dead, yes. No, I wasn't meaning that, sorry, Stormless. Just meant it was dead. I wasn't trying to correct you in a really passive-aggressive way.
It just happened that I was wrong, and then I humiliated myself by having to correct myself. Thanks, A.
I
Thanks for
didn't
that.
mean to. I was making a joke about it exploding. But regardless, we do have a demo awaiting. Should anybody try and recapture this shed? I doubt that's going to happen, to be quite frank.
Position of value.
We just saw one shot troop die. Matt being a little bit careless there, but then he makes up for it with an excellent grenade, and Darren's in peril. Again, PPSH range isn't great. They're going to survive.
I'm just looking at this MG34 on the left-hand side. Does he know that the conscripts are there? Oh, look at that timing. Matt sees it move and he's straight in for the flank. That's beautifully played.
Yeah. He's got good game sense as Matt. He's shown it time and time again as he's bullied his co-worker here.
Yeah.
Probably interviewed this guy for a role, you know. How much co-experience have you got then, eh? Oh, okay, you've never played. Great. Great, that's great.
You'll fit right in.
Fit right in. Underneath my tank!
Oh no. Calliope is nearly recharged.
This is going to be a gnarly one.
Yeah.
Not in a
Allies are
positive
completely
sense.
ensconced back on their base. The Calliope is going to have an amazing time here.
Oh dear. It's over here, indeed. Actually, it's
poor
missed quite a
shot.
bit. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
terrible.
it's a poor
We hyped it up quite well, but then it didn't deliver, unfortunately. Nice use of the tank, not bothering to flank, just destroying everything in its face. I think the Raketwerfer wasn't on prioritised vehicle then, I believe.
No, it was. It just fired at the KV-1.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay,
It was
fair enough.
targeting the wrong thing.
Ah, good. Okay, that's better.
It made no sense.
Situation
I was waiting for the Panzer Fusiliers to, you know, the T-34 gets damaged, you pop off a nice snare from the Panzer Fusiliers. It didn't happen. I was disappointed.
Stop backseat gaming, Stormless. Very.
But it's what we do!
It's true. We're basically professional backseat gamers. You just got
I
the
wouldn't say
title.
professional.
Okay, we're amateur. We're just amateurs. We're basically glorified Twitch chatters. Right. Anyway, riflemen gunning down these grenadiers, all being gunned down themselves. Who's going to survive here? Interesting. Ah, there's the Scot. That'll certainly help. As a Sturmgeschütz goes forward, big shout out to Beryl Dane, who's now made his 20,000th Company of Heroes cast today. As here we see the Ostwind and Sturk go in for the Calliope. Can Sturmpanther go out in a fantastic reign of death and glory? Yes, he can, as we have an abandoned critical Calliope.
That's a great play. The Ostwind's coming in to clear up the AT gun and also hopefully going to be able to get the B4 howitzer. Stug is not content with the Calliope. He's chasing deep into the base.
This
Has to be careful though,
no
because
bounds. Oh, the Ostwind dies. Oh no, let's get on board with Stug's Simulator 2021 as it's now being hunted by this T-34. Will it get one final kill? It could do. The Scots are staying stationary. They're trying to shoot it. It has to turn about its full casemate hole in order to get a shot off. Yes, it does. But it's now being hit by the Scots. What a sad death. Oh, its main gun's destroyed. And that embodies the fighting spirit, the ultimate demise of Sturmpanther and Darren, as they have 23 points remaining.
both Scott shells penetrated. One giving health damage, the other giving main gun destroyed. Fantastic. Oh, look at that demo charge! The demo charge on the house!
There you go, it's been hit! And we've seen ultimate devastation there!
That was totally accidental.
I know.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Oh dear.
Man.
Oh. We've got a situation in the west, Stormless. Will these first grenades? They're fausting! And running. Very good play by Darren there. Well played. Now he needs to push forward and try and take the central victory point. This is better from Darren. He's been smoked out, though. Sturmpanther's made use of the chaos. He's done a good job of consolidating the eastern possessions.
Agreed, yeah. Darren has been very aggressive in this game, to be fair to him, and he continues to be. He's actually, looks like he's going to rebuild perhaps tier 4 again. Because he requires Panzer authorization from his tier 4 to get out his Jagdtiger. So...
there comes the B4. There's the second shot. Ow. It wasn't even needed in the end, but certainly doing a lot. Oh no! Sturmpanther's going into it. One more shot by my calculations. Ah, good. It was a miss. And he's capping as well. I'll tell you what, Sturmpanther's playing out of his face right now.
Did you resist saying skin because you think he doesn't have skin or something?
Yes, he's a lizard man. His eyes are
was
bulging,
the
his
obvious
scales are glistening. Half snake, half human, Sturmpanther slithers forward into battle. Indeed, as the MG is suppressing the Rangers, he's pushing forward with the Grenadiers. Pioneers capping. We've got a situation in the west. Darren's crept up on the M17, and now he's running away again. Come on, these Obers must... they're vaulting.
I think they're
What is he doing with the Obers there?
For that
He's
right
having to wait.
opportunity to go in and cap. Yeah.
But the M17's waiting, so he can't do it. He's just got to hide now. Darren's hiding like we're watching A Quiet Place and the alien is nearby, indeed.
You know, really sadly that Calliope wasn't destroyed, so it is repairable and recrewable. Darren is taking Raketten over to the West VP to get some sight there with the Volks Grenadiers. Oh, it's bad timing. Oh, this Raketten gets a really good position. Can he get the Faust off? He's got
Yes, he can!
munitions.
Well played! Oh, but here come the T-34s. The Rakettenwerfer's destroyed. The Obersoldatens have gone in, though. They were hiding. There's an ambush for you. How long, though? Can they at least neutralise the point and keep their listening hopes alive? Yes, they can. Meanwhile, some decent play from the MG. Oh, the B4's ready, though. B4's going to go in for a big last volley.
tough situation on the VPs. I was really hoping, because Darren's finally got his Panzer headquarters, he's upgraded it with Panzer authorization, so he can now get his Jagdtiger. And of course, with so few squads on the field, his manpower rate's high. Chance he can get it quickly, but I don't think it's meant to be. It's 3 VPs remaining.
Oh dear. And now there's none, as we have our second set of finalists, Eagleheart and Dutchman, sally forth into combat. That was game 2, as we eagerly anticipate game 3. 1. And we're back and eagerly anticipating the third and final game of today. I think we can all agree that Stormless's lighting is much preferred to AE's. AE looks like he's being... It's a nuclear bomb testing. Stormless, why do you look so good on camera? What's going on there? How much effort have you put into this?
You know, I always spend ages on it. Why do you even ask me that?
Right, okay. Nuke Papa says, we are Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I think it's a compliment, so that's good. Yes, indeed, it is Steez the Fourth. It is indeed us. And we are here to bring to you the final. Stormless, are you excited?
I am, actually, yeah. Even, actually, the 2 winning teams from games 1 and 2, I think game 3 actually has potential to be really interesting. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. There we go. And I too am excited. And chat, I have one big question for all of you. I want to know if all of you are excited. Just give me some inkling. Give me some hope that you are eagerly anticipating this final. And I want to hear it right now in chat. I want chat to light up with adrenaline. There we go. Major Bone says he is very excited. Far Lion is a pessimist. Relic Entertainment giving us some lizard-faced PogChamps. So I think that means we are due to start the game. And we were given every possible graphic and every possibility of players today for this next thing that you're going to be seeing on the screen. But it is indeed the Dutchman versus Elpern. It is indeed Netherlands versus Sweden. As we launch in with today's final. And we see the mightiest of Dutch people building the special rifle command. His teammate Eagleheart is going for special weapon Companeer. It's a classic T1 T-start from your double Soviet allied participants in the south.
That's right, and in the north we have Elpern, who is playing as Austere, who is straight in with his tier 1 building, and Jason, his teammate, who is well, just going to be bringing out some infantry on the field. I'm pretty sure the greatest Dutchman would be the Flying Dutchman, brother to the Angry Dutchman.
Indeed, or the Frying Dutchman, who opened up a franchise of restaurants recently. Homer Simpson, of course, went there and did not have all he could eat. I know my references work because the average age in this gaming community is around 28 to 34. So, indeed, let's talk, however, about Jason's...
If you don't get it, grow up.
We don't want any young folk around here. We do have Jason Ori. He's chosen a very interesting commander, Stormless. It is indeed Elite Armored Doctrine. Very recently overpowered and recently nerfed. It does have a very incredible unit. The Panzer Commander, where your man inside the tank, basically, Dan, he gets binoculars and, like, peeks his head out and looks around. Exciting stuff.
Yeah. I mean, actually, to say that, I mean, the Sturmpanther took a little nerf, I think. Not, still very strong. let's not beat around the bush. But,
talking about beating around the bush, what is this sniper doing inside this shed? There he goes, he's exited now, but that was strange. Indeed, Dutchman's just having a little bit of fun there. Waiting, anticipating. Indeed, for the M3. Now, do you remember when Company Heroes 2 came out, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands up in chat if you remember snipers inside scout cars firing from within.
Clown
Those
cars.
were the days. That's the one.
Yep. And in a form, we're getting clown cars back now, but of course not still able to fire from the car. I mean, how good a sniper would you have to be to fire a shot from the moving vehicle like that?
The answer is you don't have to be any kind of sniper because you didn't say hit a target. You just said fire a shot. You could be a Middle Eastern soldier over-celebrating a victory and just firing into the air, and you've technically... I got you on a technicality there, Stormless. I got you on a technicality.
1-0 to AE.
You're imagining Alan Partridge in this moment, aren't you? 1-0.
Can I check out, by the way, the use of the scout car with the sniper? If you just put the fog of war on for a second, so like that's why the sniper was able to hit the machine gun there. Such great range and such great use with the sniper. It's a lovely It's a lovely composition. There's a counter sniper coming in, I'm sure of it.
Lovely.
Elpern and...
Oh, we've
Elpern
got
and Angry
mind
Dutchman.
games now, Storms. We've got that classic sniper matchup. It's evolving. And it's indeed Elpern sniper versus the Dutchman. It's Sweden versus the Netherlands. We've just seen a nasty anti-tank grenade as the conscripts oorah after the stricken scout car.
Enemy infantry!
This is a aggressive, really aggressive early game. And actually, Jason's got to be really, really careful about his supply half-track, which also could take an anti-tank grenade if it's not careful. I'm hoping that he'll maybe use the supply half-track to block.
He tried, but it was all in vain because the scout car's careered into that tree.
I'm like, now he's going to lose the half-track. But this is a great pickup on the retreat path. The 2 squads of Stern Pioneers. Surprised they didn't get those models.
Always have to keep an eye on the sniper battle, of course, just see what's happening there, as Dutchman doesn't seem aware that there's a possibility of a counter-snipe quite yet. He's moving freely. Meanwhile, Elpern sniper is waiting on hold fire without having fired a shot.
It's a tough early game for Oster right now because he's banking everything on that counter snipe. It means he's not been able to bring out like the 3 grenadiers that he wants to, which means, you know, he's got to just cling on to that map control.
Oh, the snipers are getting closer. Although Elpern's yet to push up and try and get the Vasily Zaitsev kill from his German sniper. Oh, they're very close now. Oh, that range check. He just moved out of the range before he was able to pull the trigger, it seems. He's pushing forward into the cover of this haystack with the grenadiers just saying, "Shoot me, shoot me." In a very camp accent.
This is it.
As the...
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
It is fine to do camp accents, Dan, don't worry. I know you've gone very quiet there. You were assessing whether I'd done something wrong. It's fine, camp accents are fine, trust me.
I was looking at Matt Plant Mines in the east, actually, where his combat engine is, and I was just thinking, like, actually, it's really cool. He's got a lot of, like, foresight into the game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to catch you at a bad time.
You made me very paranoid. I'm sure it's fine to do something.
A's conscience kicked in for a second there.
It's fine, it's fine. Anyway, we've got penal battalions pushing away the Sturm Pioneers. There are no mines on this retreat path, but they do have PTRSs upgraded.
I'll tell you the other thing I was thinking, is actually that, you know, because of the sniper play, this game, it's almost as though I want to cast it with the same intensity we have of a 1v1 World Championship Finals, because actually, you know, Elpern and Angry Dutchman, they are really playing competitively. They're stalking each other. They are, you know, playing some mind games in the early game, and that's interesting, actually.
Okay.
And suddenly this has gone from being a fun, casual event to high-stakes poker game.
There's a big divergence between the way Stormless and I see a sniper battle and the way 60%, maybe 70% of the community who don't like snipers see it. So when we see it, Stormless, we see it as enemy at the gates, kind of extreme excitement. But most of the community, a lot of the community see it somewhat like this. The sniper's moving! He's doing standing still now! The other sniper's doing a standstill, Stormless, and we've got an excellent standing still from this sniper over here. That is the way a lot of the anti-sniper side of the community see, and it is a big dichotomy. A lot of people are pro-snipers, a lot of people are anti-snipers, because some people don't find the kind of hidden elements and the suspense as exciting as we do.
No, but it is a game of mastery in itself, and there's a lot that has to be thought about. It is a slow game. I mean, obviously you're just prioritizing taking manpower for your opponent, making sure you constantly keep your units alive, build up into tech quickly. But when 2 snipers are on the field, there's almost like a stalemate, which is really interesting, and just one of them is going to have to slip up. Just want to say there's a PTRS scout car.
And he disembarks, the scout car's down, but all 6 penal battalions are alive. We see an excellent satchel. He gets out of the satchel, so does the MG, and now he continues on to the scout car.
It's a nice attempt. By the way, on the West VP, there is a telemine. I don't know if you're able to see it there on the road, but it might be a very influential one in the late game. Should we see any flanks from the Angry Dutchman?
Okay, so the Angry Dutchman sniper has 9 kills. Elpern still yet to open up. I'm going to hazard... I say both of these players are excellent, but neither are master snipers. So we could see the counter snipe now. Does he have vision? Importantly, Elpern. Let's vision check him. He's on hold
Yes,
fire.
he does now! He's got it, surely!
No, it was out of range, Stormless. The thing with snipers
No,
is the...
it wasn't.
It was out of sight.
No, it wasn't. I promise
I had
you,
fog of war on.
on.
Honestly, it
So
was
did I.
out
I
of
saw
sight. He has to be able to see him, doesn't
I
he?
saw it. I saw it. I had fog of war on for
Why
Elpern.
didn't he fire then?
I
I
don't
think
know.
you're right, by the way. I'm asking now why Elpern didn't pull the trigger.
I don't know. It happened very quickly. It was over in a flash. I
Okay.
almost felt a song coming on then.
I'm going to
That
give
was
you the
weird.
trust. Which song? Flash!
It happened very quickly. It was over in a flash.
Oh, very good. Filter mode engaged. On a relic. Oh, the sniper's died! Finally, Elpern pulls the trigger and takes the blighter out. There's no filter mode needed on that shot. But he may be dead soon, and he's hard retreating back to base to tell the story of the time he shot his counterpart.
I think that was worth it. I mean, actually, it's important to take that sniper down. The sniper is actually what's holding the austere forces from progressing onto the map. And now, if you look at the build that's been going on, there's only 3 kind of like assault infantry squads from Angry Dutchman. So this is absolutely the chance to go in, try and take some territory back. Angry Dutchman, of course, is going to go for another sniper. So we're going to see that same game all over again. Are you surprised?
Yes. Yes, I am. Mine very deep here. And protecting the flank, stopping Jason getting any further in as the T-70 looks to mop up. Stormless, I want an accurate assessment. Who's winning this right now? I mean, what's happening in the meta and the strategy of this game?
It's an interesting one. Actually, I mean, Axis are clearly winning on VPs at the moment, thanks to a great early game that they've had, but it's definitely fragile. When you look at the commanders that are available to Matt and Angry Dutchman, counterattack, armored assault, I mean, these are huge commanders, powerful late-game artillery, powerful late-game tanks. Of course, they are going to be up against the Sturmpanther, and Elpern's yet to make a doctrinal choice. I'd say at this point, Axis got to be winning, but that means nothing right now.
Means nothing till it's all over, of course. As we see, Matt has stabilised in the east. He's done a good job of pushing his co-worker and big former community member Jason away. Meanwhile, in the west, Dutchman is up against Elpern. What have you seen, Stormless?
The T-70 nearly went down to the Pac-40 there. That's actually a really good play by Elpern. He just stuck in that engagement with the Grenadiers, getting the sight that he needed for the Pac-40, and it was a shot right on the edge of the cone of fire for the Pac-40, which did miss, but it could have been the shot. It was close.
Meanwhile, in the east, we've got more mines laid by the combat engineers so close to an enemy shoe mine. Matt engages recon overflight, which is really handy because we're seeing that the truck is setting up and that a blob is moving in from Jason, so he's now able to possibly situate his Maxim in preparation. Indeed, he does move into preparation now.
I'm a little bit concerned, about what Axis are doing. I don't know if you can pull up the TAC map right now, but actually with OKW so focused on that right side VP in the east, they are so vulnerable to a spearhead right now by allies. Being able to just completely separate Austere and OKW in half if they wanted to. And there is recon in the sky, so they're going to know this.
Oh. Tell you what, do you know what this game needs from Matt and Angry Dutchman? Dutchman needs to abandon the west. They need to push in for this overexposed flak off track. It's possible if they just dub all in. I'm just theory crafting, Stormless. Don't worry, it's not going to happen. But it is possible. It's very extended, isn't it?
It is extended. I mean, I don't mind the position of it, protecting the munitions there, but it's a little bit early right now to be committing, unfortunately. I think that's probably always play it safe at this stage.
Oh, fantastic from the sniper evading the scout car there as the grenadiers are suffering this fire, as we see an incendiary round used by the MG42 forcing away the penal battalions. Stormless, as a caster, I'm just warming up. I'd love this to be a best of 3, you know, and I actually mean that. I would love it. Because I feel like we're in flow now, we're enjoying the combat. It is, albeit, a best of 1. And but it really is a nice, juicy game, isn't it, so far?
I agree. This game actually has legs, and it's good. But actually, every player is playing really well right now. Even, you know, I'm not going to say even the Relic players. I think that's not what I was trying to say. But I was, you know, actually just playing very well. I mean, we're talking about like top level players in the CoH-2 scene, and everybody's holding their ground here.
Talking of holding their ground, the T-70 has to stay alive to even be part of this battlefield. The 222's pushing in. The PaK-40 lines up an expert shot through the crevice, but can't find it. That T-70 had pushed in to try and take out the sniper. Su-76 and M3 are aligning. Grandstand in their way, as does that cheeky telemine Stormless spoke about. Meanwhile, Matt's pushing in the center. This game is actually worth casting as though it's a competitive endeavor of merit. Stormless, what's happening? We're seeing true
Telemine! There goes the scout car. I actually think, you know, when you see a telemine hit a scout car, it's great in the early game, but the value isn't there in the mid game, so unfortunate. And of course, Angry Dutchman now is going to have that switch in his head. I think, let me just examine the wreckage.
Go on, Stormless, get in there.
I'm in full zoom right now. 1, 2, 3. No.
Okay, good, okay. Any
Wait,
money?
Is that an arm or a leg? Yeah, three.
Shake their pockets, see what you find, anyway. T-70 versus Luke's in the center, and a cheeky recon overflight just to give Matt the eyes and ears he needs. I am Mr. Muffin Man in chat says, what game is this? This, my dear friend, is Company Heroes 2. Go out and buy it in Steam's fantastic title. And yes, we are indeed playing this in 2021, eagerly anticipating Company Heroes 3 right around the corner.
Yeah, this game is a great example of what you can expect from Company Heroes 2. Actually, all players here fighting it out with vigor. I actually really like, by the way, this tier 3 build from Angry Dutchman. Really sensible if you're going to go for something late game like the IS-2, or even bring out the T-3045. Allows you to still have something to deal with things like the Panzer IV or any light vehicles like the Lukes, the Puma. You see that Su-76 had a bit of a buff recently.
Mine detonates. I think a squad just died of Angry Dutchman's there. He didn't need that, but we just had an abandoned Luke's down thanks to the SC-76. But here comes the Panzer IV. We do have a Zisgun waiting. Can they push in now and take advantage of the abandoned vehicle and destroy it? They're going to look to do so. Shock troops are using 4 Mother Russia to get in there. All that nationalistic zeal. They want to get in there and fight for position.
This is beautiful. 4 Mother Russia, by the way, used by Matt, and oh, that's countered so nicely by the incendiary round from the Ostis sniper. That's master play by Elpern, completely negating the for Mother Russia there on shocks, which would be devastating otherwise.
Great call, Stormless, well noted. Sniper now has only gotten 6 kills, but with nice situational awareness like that, he's more than making up for a lack of lethality. As Zisgun's being destroyed, can't be recrewed in time, it seems. Well, can it? Conscripts are on it! Can they get it? It's now a thing. Rifle nade, though. That's also a thing.
I think they can get it out of there. I'm pretty sure they can. In fact, he's even going to get a shot off on the Panzer IV as well. So cheeky. He's repairing it on spot.
In-game advertisement there from Relic Entertainment. Go out and grab CoH-1 and CoH-2. Discounted on Steam. You could literally spend over a decade playing them both. Meanwhile, Sniper may not be around for another decade. It's just, well, yes it will. It's got MG covering it.
We are losing a sector.
MG is watching over the centre of the Obersoldat and push in from the east. Good, Stormless. I'm glad you're going to learn how to play the game. It's about time. It's about time.
What is this? It's just been called down here by Matt. Another recon plane. I like this. Do you know what? Recon is so understated in a lot of Company of Heroes 2 games, but it's actually so important. When you have recon, you know exactly where you can drive your tanks, exactly where you can land all your mortar shells.
Well, it's interesting you say that because, of course, coh-dev Invitational is very similar to the co-development. So we see that plane smash down. What the co-development is trying to do is make Company of Heroes 3 not crash and burn. It's going to be a fantastic collaboration between the game makers and the Company of Heroes community. And what we're hoping to see, and one of the things we've asked for, is more reconnaissance, and not just from planes. There's going to be a whole new class of vehicles you can find on the forums, how the Wehrmacht tech tree works, and you can see that there's a reconnaissance vehicle straight away from Tier 1. So, yeah, a lot more of that in the next title in this series, as we see a possible satchel here on the Panzer IV. No, it reverses away just in the nick of time.
They threw that. The resources have been spent.
Oh, Su-76 dies. That's spent, Stormless. Pack 40 takes it out.
I don't know where that satchel went. Elpern's been very lucky there, but unlucky before as well. T-70 blew up a really good telemine on the Western munitions. This T-70 from Angry Dutchman is doing a lot of work just to control the grenadiers there. He knows not to push too far without any engineers with minesweepers, just for fear of more telemines.
Matt Ori's gone out to cap the eastern victory point and the fuel, but he's under fire from Jason. T-70's in peril. Seen a lot of who's had a target weak point there. He's ambling. We've got a Faust coming in as well. That's one dead light tank. Oh, Panzer IV stole the kill. Oh, Sniper could die as well. Panzer IV hits it as well. Oh, he gets behind a tree. That's good for him.
That would have looked really epic in cinematic mode. Really sad when we miss things like that. I tell you what, for all of these players, there's some late teching going on. I can say that. Angry Dutchman just going into his Tier 4. All the way back in base, Jason RE is just getting his battle group headquarters up for healing. I think he's probably been using the medical supply crates from the Sturmpanther to heal all this time, so that he could focus on his mechanized regiment build.
Pioneers forced away. We've got a Brumbear building for Elpern. As the plane careers down from the sky above. Matt is pushing in, as is compadre Dutchman. They've got to be aggressive here. They're making up for lost ground. We've got an Ura in as well. Pack's pushed back. So's the Panzer IV. We've got attacks from all sides. And Matt's retreating from the east. He's having the presence of mind to do just that. Shock troops lying in wait on the victory point from the Canadian man. He's having a cracking series of engagements there.
That was a really, really deep push into enemy territory from Matt and Angry Dutchman. And actually, just want to say, the synergy being played by these two players is fantastic because they're coordinating together when they make these pushes. You know, Matt's bringing in the heavy armor. That's allowing Angry Dutchman to get in. But check out VP's allies now down below 200. So whilst the build is good, the teching is good, they clearly have the better army on the field, I think. They do not have anything to show for it yet.
Certainly do not. Jason's waiting. He's 4 fuel away.
Shocks in the north. Oh, the entire squad. Entire squad.
My bad.
Ah, no, it's not your fault. I know I'm on a delay to you, so it's...
He's gone for it, is indeed the Sturmpanther is on the field. That's going to be a unit of high contention, both in forums and on the battlefield. Brumbear goes in, doesn't do anything to the KV-1. Zisgun waits.
Do you remember how often back in, you know, yesteryear of CoH, and I always used to say about target weak point on the AT guns. I'm thrilled that so many times in tournaments now we see people using it, and it's so effective.
Oh yeah, massively. It's one of the developments of a mature game, and Sturmpanther is going to make his presence felt right about now. with a horizontal space project known as destroying the AT gun. But somehow 2 men do just survive their expedition with death, so very good.
Really good reaction and speed from Angry Dutchman. He was lucky, but well played.
They've only lost 21 victory points of Elpern and Jason at this point.
Yeah, teching is the issue here, I think, for allies right now. We've got to have a look at really what's everybody going for. Matt is about to bring out T-34. Angry Dutchman's just brought out a T-34-85. No, this isn't bad, but they've got to do some serious flanking here. What have they got in terms of off-map? Angry Dutchman's quite a lot of munitions away from IL-2 Sturmovik strike.
Oh, Brombear nearly hits the sniper. Sniper pushes past. Meanwhile, T-34-85 is just trying to push away. They need to focus on a victory point, otherwise they're going to be out of the game. Sniper's been unveiled. And the Sturmpanther's pushed too far in here. We've got multiple units pushing in around the sides. We've got a satchel in. Can the T-34 do anything here? We've got a damaged engine. Needs to be aggressive, does Matt. He's realised, but a little bit too late. Can he get around the rear side? He's going to be Fausted if he's not careful. Oh no. And Rakettenwerft. He can't penetrate the frontal armour. And the Panzervor's going to make short work of him.
I really thought he'd be able to make something of that. That's unfortunate.
Oh dear, that's not good. Meanwhile, in the west, T-34 pushes in. Brumbear's forced away for now, but not a single victory point has yet been capped. Wait, no, a conscript nearly dies in doing so. Gets an 18-8 off on the Sturmtiger. T-34's been heroic, Stormless.
It's a great idea, but it's going to be short-lived as the Panzer IV gets around. It's going to go for rear armor. Oh, it's not good. Brumbear's trying to block. Now the T-34-85 is still alive at this point. Elpern's trying to get that Pack 40 shot off. Great play.
It's all dead. Meanwhile, in these T-70 versus Obersoldat, it does have recon mode, so this is one way to stay in the game.
Brumbear, by the way, is abandoned right now. Thanks to these AT guns. They're now destroyed.
Yep.
We've managed to pick up one VP and decrew the mid VP.
And destroy another AT gun. So, heroic T-70 in the east. We're having another recon overflight from Matt, constantly giving his teammate Dutchman sight to acquire a target.
Yeah, it's reloading. It's just reloading.
Exciting reload there.
Jason is kind of... This is embarrassing, actually. He drove in with such valor.
God, he didn't have a shot loaded.
Just by driving in, Matt retreated everything, and then he's like, reloading.
We have a sniper, by the way, capping, but there's a mine north of that victory point. That could be exciting. Take out the sniper, maybe. Keep an eye on that.
I was really hoping we would see a B4 at this point from Matt. He can't be that far off of a B4.
He hasn't got the manpower for it. He's been constantly pushed back by these LMG Grenadiers. It's such a tricky thing to come up against. Inside, the Grenadiers are pushing in. KV-1 watches on as the Penal Battalion's run back to base. Yet another victory point capped in Axis favour for Elpern and Jason. And yes, we do still have the... it's a Maxim on the east, just watching over the one victory point, keeping this game alive. But for how long?
Gosh, look at this army, by the way, coming into the east VP.
Oh no. Oh no, look at that. You see that on your radar, you get out of there. But look at this Maxim! Primitive technology there, just pinning 3 units to the ground, but the Sturmtiger is unsuppressible. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thanks for taking part in this CoH-Development featurette.
Maxim is no more. Well, it's got 2 guys left. They're no more on the battlefield. If that was the previous Sturmtiger, it could of course be dead by now. T-34 on hold fire, pushing forward and acquiring a target. Sniper opens up at an inopportune moment, but the T-34 misses and gets hit by a pack instead.
Enemy is down to 75 points.
They've got to be really, really careful now about the OKW flank from the east. If they hug the map around that fuel point, they could get into a really nasty position. Look at this allied force. Really combined force. 80. It's actually a really, really impressive army. They've got to get on that VP though. They cannot waste any time whatsoever. But they're so susceptible right now to that flank with the Sturmtiger. And don't forget, by the way, encirclement is selected by Elpern. They just need to take two points and use it, and then this army is gone.
The allied weakness here is double Soviets, as we've got no Su-85s or Katyushas, of course, usually a mainstay of late game 2 versus 2 Soviet battles. Oh, we're having a little bit of break supply line. Will we see close the pocket? It's going to be here.
Absolutely.
Oh, and here it comes. Close the pocket. Oh no. Get out of there.
This is a nightmare.
Oh dear, Angry Dutchman. Oh dear, Matt. Oh no! Sturmtiger as well, getting in on the action. As everything dies, we lose audio and we're losing visual of many former units here that are now becoming bits and bobs and this fragmented steel. What a close the pocket.
Absolutely how you win a 2v2 game. You wait for a moment like that. That is what this game is all about, and it's chaos. But it's well orchestrated chaos by Elpern and Jason. Allies are about to hit 50 VPs. And I think we can safely say at this point, Axis have got to win this game and this event.
No, this Panzer Force abandoned. This will get retaken, just as everything on the Allied side. As I'm cycling between the players, Matt has pretty much nothing left. But no, here comes the final destruction. And they both surrender, throw in the towel, tap out, and give notice of their upcoming eviction from the battlefield, because we have our victors, and it is indeed Elpern and Jason, your victors of the CoH-Dev Invitational. Well played. Let's have a little look at the stats, shall we, Stormless? And I'll see the very stalling KDs there for Dutchman and Matt. So they tried their hardest. And we've got Dutchman in chat, of course, giving GG well played to everyone and saying it was indeed a very good game. We've got the MVP again was Elpern, this time 30k damage. Very, very impressive.
Just to echo your earlier sentiments, I wish that was a best of 3. Because that was actually really entertaining. Well played to all 4 players. Great game.
It certainly was. It's very good stuff. As we've had a jolly good day, let's just check in with any closing words I'll quickly write just in the Discord here to see if any of the guys have any more messages. We can announce that there is a new sale for Company Heroes 2 and Company of Heroes 1. So go and pick up both games in the series if you're a newbie. It's a damn good time to do so, and it'll cost you a lot less money to do so now. So that's brand new information. And of course, there's no better time to get into a game series that is eagerly anticipating the second sequel in the series. John in chat says, not from me, no final words, just say thanks and congrats to Team Elpern. Fair enough. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also thank you to the other participants. We've got to thank, of course, HelpingHans and Will, and Darren, of course, and Sturmpanther for games 1 and 2 in the event. Thank you guys for putting in the time and the effort this evening, taking part in what is always a really good, fun, wholesome event between Relic and the community. Good job, Relic. Thanks for putting on events like this. It's actually really nice.
It certainly is. And we've got more Co3 news and multiplayer news in the months ahead. So we've helped collectively to hone the campaign experience so far, but it'd be very exciting to get involved in the multiplayer side of life. which is where a lot of us community hardcore and spend our time. So yeah, very good. Any closing words from you, Stormless? I believe that was a pretty nice closing speech, but any last words?
Yeah, I would just like to say, of course, thank you to everybody viewing. It's always a pleasure to cast, and thanks for your support of myself and AE as well. We hope that we've been acceptable hosts for you today. And yeah, we hope to get together, cast soon, bring you some more tasty CoH-2 action, whether it be 1v1 or 2v2. It's all good. And yeah, just thanks very much for the support. I hope to see you guys again soon.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a fantastic event. And thank you for organising, all the fans for turning out. And let's just all have a nice decompression zone and listen to the Company Heroes 1 soundtrack. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
See you.